Hey guys, welcome back to yet another video, not an enlisted video. Gaijin has announced a brand new game that is planned to be released in 2025. We're gonna go and watch the trailer. I'm gonna be pausing and talking and pausing and playing and talking because I don't want to get hit by copyrights. And then we're gonna read through all of this, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think and what this game is kind of reminding me of. But first, let's head over to the trailer and see what's good. Right, the volume's quite low. I'm playback at 4K, recording in 2K, so it should look there or thereabout. So you can see, well, I just went past that. You can see that you can go in as a squad wherever this place is, and just pay attention to the areas and wherever these soldiers are, because they are very trippy. Like, it's gonna be super trippy. Now there's this pretty song about itsy bitsy spiders, so I'm just gonna talk over it so we don't get copyrights. This area here, you can see hard shadows, hard light. The detail is like the way that things look is quite nice, not knowing what it is. That you're gonna see some weird kind of shenanigans happening in here as well, and by the time we read the description and whatnot, it's gonna, you know, be a bit more clear. You're gonna see relatively modern weapons, I guess you could say, compared to like Enlisted and things like that. And pay attention here. We are like first person view right now, and there's actually a floor and tables on the ceiling, and there's people walking the other way on the ceiling, and there's staircase on the ceiling. Like, it is full on trippy. It is full on trippy, 100%. Some weird stuff flying around. Team Matter, Gaijin Entertainment. I like the kind of apocalyptic feel to this. The fog and everything. There's probably a lot of things that have been tested through War Thunder, through Enlisted. Again, you can see tables, desks, coffee mugs, some creatures on the ceiling. Like, that would be the floor. It's just full on weird. All of these weird creatures. Like, I don't even know what that is, dude. Really. I'm just trying to talk over. And yeah, like, it looks nice. It looks nice. Pay attention now. Like, if I don't know how this is gonna. You can check the mag. That's pretty cool. I don't know if you're gonna have, like, is this a sign that you're not gonna have like a heads-up display, like a HUD on the screen? Because, like, if you can check if you have still left any rounds in the mag, that usually in the games where you can't see the HUD, it's a feature. But this is where all hell absolutely, yep, goes loose. Absolutely running. There's a dramatic, obviously epic orchestra music in the background that I'm gonna have to pause and talk over so we don't get copyrights. You can see how the sights look, how the weapon handling is, potentially how, like, the graphics and all the shenanigans is gonna look very dark. A lot of dark areas. Generally, what you see here is player versus PvE, player versus, I don't know what E stands for. Flamethrowers. I truly believe this flamethrower animation and all that comes from Enlisted, 100%, dude. It's got to be. There's some flying creatures, jeep driving. Probably the physics and hand movement is going to be from Enlisted. Actually, it looks quite smooth there. Shooting from the jeep. Some freaking deserted maps. Nice weaponry. The weapon sounds are kind of reminds me of Enlisted. Some weapons kind of reminds me of an Enlisted, so I guess they could be better. But I mean, if they sound like that, then I guess they sound like that. Under heavy fire, changing positions. We do. So we all died, objectives are not complete. Like, what is this messed up world that we're looking at right now?
Hey, Miss Second.
Ready to start over.
That's the trailer. Let's head over to the website This is what the website looks. Active Matter, a mind-bending tactical shooter set in a fractured multiverse. So anything you'll see is going to be absolutely like, the more shenanigans it looks, probably the better and the more correct it is. This is where the trailer is, and there's a little about here. You're an operative stuck in a time loop, always brought back from the dead to the same point. Choose your loadout and enter quantum unstable zone rich with active matter. So the active matter is the stuff that I guess you need to collect. I don't know. A substance capable of warping and ripping the very fabric of the space and time. Fight against rivals from other timelines. Survive physics-breaking anomalies and try to stay alive. Harvest active matter, gather loot and extract to a safe place before a whole zone ceases to exist with everything inside it. Now, there's a few things I want to tell you here. Is that this game, this concept reminds me of Cycle Frontier. If you don't know what that is, I've tried to play the game. I think I have some old YouTube videos where I play it. And Cycle Frontier is you can join this, again, mysterious world either single-handedly or with friends, like 3 or 4 together. I can't remember. But if you die there, like whatever you brought with you, you lose instantly. I don't know if this is going to be here about the active matter, but it seems like you can go somewhere either alone or with friends and collect whatever you want to collect, some loot, some substances, some active matter, whatever. And it says gather loot and extract to a safe place. So in Cycle Frontier, you could go and loot the world. You had to fight some like outside creatures that were in the land, and every now and then you ran into a real player that you had to fight as well. So this concept really reminds me of Cycle Frontier, because as I understand, we're going to be running around either single-handedly, all together with like 2 or 3 of your friends, fighting anomalies, weird creatures and whatever the magical paranormal activities we've seen in the trailer. And there's going to be exactly the same operatives as me and you, and we're going to be there in the maps together with others. So we're going to have to fight the creatures, the nature, and others that are going to be in the same map or same place or whatever. So that kind of brings me back to the Cycle Frontier concept, which Cycle Frontier is not a bad game. If you're a good player, there's some guys in YouTube that are super good at Cycle Frontier. But if you have someone to play with, then awesome. So a little, what is the active matter? The scientists have yet to uncover all the secrets of this substance, but they already use it to travel through the multiverse, transport consciousness from the body to another, find and replicate items from other timelines, manipulate gravity, force, and space topology locally, among the other things. That really doesn't say much. Extraction style raids, like Cycle Frontier in my head constantly. Players go solo or in a small squads inside a quantum unstable zone on player versus E. What was E? What did E stand for? E. PvPvE. So basically that's what I said. You're gonna have to fight the nature, and you're gonna have to fight others that are in the nature as well in their quest for active matter and other loot. Yeah, just Cycle Frontier. Realistic weapons and gear. Your arsenal is always rooted in the real world military technologies and tactics, as war seems to be the only constant in this chaotic multiverse. Okay, that's totally cool. Intense player versus player battles. Players fight over control of a passive source of active matter using all the weapons and gear they can bring into battle or get on site. So you're going to be able to find things. Dive in. Mind-bending anomalies that change gravitational forces in space topology right in front of your eyes. Survive. Thrilling encounters with eerie SCP-inspired objects that would send shivers down your spine. Fight. Players places PvP and PvPE. battles with dozens of players fighting over active matter and other loot. Get back, gather active matter to improve your chances to find the way out of the time loop. Okay, so I don't know if the world literally just explodes before, like you need to get out before the whole world goes to shenanigans. In Cycle Frontier, you could stay there, and there was a day and night cycle. It got dark, and when it was dark, like it was pitch black, like you could not see anything. And you could stay there, like as long as you survive, you could just stay there, like technically, I guess forever. But if you would eventually run out of room for loot and like the other goodies you find, and then you're kind of forced to, just because you don't want to lose it if you die, you're kind of forced to extract and get out of there. So I think it's probably going to be something like that, similar. Explore the unknown. Battling takes place at locations that exist outside of space and time boundaries. Active matter features a variety of maps, including a huge island with rusty Soviet industrial complexes and cryptic science labs that were among the first to study this new phenomena. Okay. Explore these places to find hints on the origin of active matter. We have a couple of screenshots here, like straight out of I don't know, like what's going on here? That building, like what are we standing on? Because it seems like we're correct, but the whole world is not correct. Oh, this is gonna be trippy as hell, dude. Again, we're standing on the side of the building. Okay, orange tags, blue tags. Okay, so you can tell who's the enemy. Good. But there's another ground here where the other guys are standing. Like, this is just mega trippy. And some weird points like this. I don't know what that's going to be. Creepy monsters, some cool weapons and some cool looking gear. Some time warpy portal thing. I don't know. Again, there's a purplish pink. Nice. So I guess you can see that your squad mates are going to have the same kind of color on them. And that's all we know about active matter. I'm gonna be trying to do all I can to get my fingers on this whenever the closed beta testing comes out, so I can bring this to you straight away, guys. Let me know down comments below what you think about this. If you have no idea what is Cycle Frontier, Google it, and like it's gonna very resemble whatever we've just read here, 100%. It feels like I've heard this once already, right? Looks like an Apex Legends graphics with Cycle Frontier idea, and we got the active matter or something like that. Those are basically really big games, so if I can go ahead and compare to something like that, that's, I guess, a good sign. And who knows, maybe this is the next big thing. You know, Gaijin already has War Thunder that has hundreds and thousands and millions of players. I think that's one of the most successful Gaijin game. Rest of them are kind of here or there about hanging around, and you never know what's gonna happen with this one. So yeah, we'll see when there's any more news on this, and yeah, we'll try and get my hands on this as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Goodbye.